Hey guys, my name's Noah Fitzgerald, and today I'm here to tell you guys about the 2023 Audi R8. Now, the R8 has been a symbol in Audi's lineup since the early 2000s and has really been Audi's answer to the supercar gang. When Lamborghini was acquired by Audi in the 2000s, it really set the tone for the brand name, and it really influenced one car in particular, the R8. Now, at the time, the Huracan was in production. It was Lamborghini's new, somewhat entry-level sports car. You had the Huracan and you had the Aventador. And the Huracan had a 5.2-liter V10 that was originally just in there and was transplanted into Audi's brand new platform that they called the R8. Now, the R8 does share heavily its platform with the Lamborghini Huracan, but really, is that such a bad thing? The Huracan is an ultimate performance amazing buy, and it's even better in the Audi because all the R8 is a Huracan in a business suit. Now, the Huracan does offer very striking looks, very angular, very Italian, whereas the Audi is more angular and it's very subtle. It is the subtle supercar, more subtle than I think even the Acura NSX, which it competes with. It does get the same 5.2-liter naturally aspirated V10 revving to almost 9,000 RPM. And at that time, it came with also Audi's 4.2-liter V8. And it was offered in either a flappy paddle automatic or a gated 6-speed manual, which I really believe made the R8 out Lamborghini, the Lamborghini Huracan. Transforming into the 2023 model year, some things have changed. You no longer get the option for the 4.2-liter V8. It is only the 5.2-liter V10, and no longer can you get the gated manual. It is only a new Audi dual-clutch automatic, which I believe might even be faster than Porsche's PDK transmission, which is one of the best transmissions in any car at any price point on the market today. Now, the powertrain of this Audi consists of, like I said, that naturally aspirated 5.2-liter V10, making in the base car with rear-wheel drive base power 562 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. This is sent through, of course, that 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission that sends its power in the base to either your choice of the rear wheels or to all four wheels via Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system, which I may point out is one of the best all-wheel drive systems on the market. Now, there is also a more performance version. You can also get the V10 Performance, which boosts the power up. You do get, it is rear-wheel drive only. You cannot get all-wheel drive. Actually, my bad. It is only all-wheel drive in the performance models with the Quattro all-wheel drive, and it boosts the power numbers from 562 horsepower to 602 horsepower, and boosts from 406 pound-feet of torque to 413 pound-feet of torque. And that is the same number that is put out by the Lamborghini Huracan Evo. So it really is a Huracan in a business suit, and it offers it at much cheaper price points. The performance Audi starts at about $160,000, whereas the comparable Huracan would cost you over $200,000. So overall, this is a performance bargain for what you're getting, and it is a supercar, unlike some of the other mid-engine competitors from its screaming V10. Now, last but not least, there is a trim level above it, and that is the all-new trim level. It is the send-off for the R8, and that is the 2023 Audi R8 GT. Now, it comes equipped with the same 5.2-liter V10, putting out the same 602 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque. However, it gets aero upgrades that's meant for you to track this R8. It gets canards in the front, it gets a wing, it gets special wheels, and it really is the ultimate send-off for the R8. And that does lead me off to my next point. The Audi R8 is not going to be in production anymore. via that it is produced. Its platform is based off of the Lamborghini Huracan, and the Lamborghini Huracan is also going out of production. They're trying to phase out that V10 from fuel regulations and everything. They're trying to go more hybrid, possibly a hybrid V8. But that also means that the Audi R8 is no longer going to be in production. And 2023 is its final year, and that is why it has the commemorative R8 GT trim to really have that final hoorah, that final send-off for the R8 platform. Now, I should mention that the Audi R8, this is its third generation, and it has the most aggressive face that it's had ever. I don't believe that it is the most attractive face that it's ever had, but it is the most aggressive. So let's go ahead and get into the exterior standpoint. At the front, you'll see it has Audi's it's the older generation of headlights with LED projector beams with LED DRLs and LED turn signals. You'll also see Audi's signature octagonal grille that is sort of big. It's kind of bulbous for the R8. I think it looks a bit too big on it, but with a center plate in it, it kind of dimensions out the size and it kind of makes it look better. Of course, you also have Audi's signature 3 nostrils on the front. It rates back to the rally days of the Audi Quattro, which originated the Quattro all-wheel drive system. It was really a star for the Audi lineup and really put them in the name. Off to the sides, you'll also see that you have huge air grills underneath the headlights to really suck in the power and really plant the R8 on the ground. And you get these really cool sort of fins on the side that go by the headlights that really just give it a very aggressive look. You also get carbon fiber everywhere on the front of this with blacked out trim. However, I do have a gripe about the R8's front end. There are all of those air vents on the front that make it look really aggressive, but most of them are fake. They're just there for aesthetic purposes, and I think if you're spending $160,000 on a performance supercar, all those vents should be real for very maxed performance, and I don't think there should be any fake venting on a supercar. Now you get to the side profile, and that's where it varies a little bit based on which one you get. There's a coupe version of the R8, and there's also the Spider version of the R8. Now it's up to your choice to deal with which one you like more. However, I will always choose the coupe. I think in most convertibles or Spiders, that the top really destroys the body lines of the car, and I think that is ever so evident in the R8 platform, and I think it is one of the best examples of it. I would choose the coupe, but the side profile is gorgeous. The R8 is quite a long car. It has a shorter front end and a long rear end to encompass that huge V10 motor. It has stunning wheel choices ranging from anything from sort of mundane wheels to very performance-oriented, gorgeous wheels. They start out at 20s, and I think that is the max you can get on them. You do get a long swooping line. You also get a sort of block at the back that is a signature of the R8 that's mostly in carbon fiber, and it is your air intake on the side, so that way you can send lots of air to the intercoolers. Sorry, not intercoolers, because this is a naturally aspirated V10. To those radiators to be able to cool that screaming V10 as it goes almost to 9,000 RPM. And then you get to the back of it. Now the back of it, I don't think is its strongest angle. It is the second strongest angle because the strongest angle is the front, but the back is also gorgeous. It has that signature supercar fat rear end, so that way it can encompass that V10 in it. It has LED taillights with LED turn signals, and it also has air intakes under that, so that way actually it's more of an air outlet, so that way you can let the air go out of it and you can really get a streamlined performance for this Audi R8. You also get fat exhaust like you do on all Audi RS products, so you can really hear that R8 scream. Overall, I think the exterior viewpoint of the Audi R8 is an absolutely gorgeous supercar. However, I don't think it is one of the best supercars out there, because if you're getting a supercar, you kind of want to stick out. You don't get a supercar to stick in and look subtle. You get it because you want to be flashy, and I think that's something that the R8 is missing. But that's the point. It is the subtle supercar. And for that reason, I feel like it sticks to an older population because honestly, I don't like the idea of a subtle supercar. That's not the point. They're supposed to look gainous and they're supposed to look huge and monstrous and outrageous and unnecessary. But that's something that the R8 is not. It's not unnecessary. It is a business class. It's more of a subtle, it's a mature supercar, which is something that really can't be said for any of its competition. Now, time to move on to the interior of the R8. Now, the interior of the R8 is something that's kind of interesting. It's a mix of old technology and new technology. So once you sit in it, you're in the driver's seat and you're looking at the steering wheel. What is the number one hallmark of a supercar? A gimmicky steering wheel. And well, I'm happy to say that is something that is in the R8. It is a leather wrapped steering wheel with a leather horn cover with Audi and is a stitched one, so it looks very premium. On the right hand side, you get a big bright red button on there, and that is your start stop button, so that way you can let that V10 engine roar. You also get your brace buttons, you get all sorts of drive mode selecting buttons, and it is a very gimmicky steering wheel. Behind that steering wheel, you'll get to Audi's signature digital gauge cluster called their digital cockpit. Now, this is a little bit different to all the other Audi models because the R8 does not have a center infotainment screen. All of the infotainment controls are built in to the digital gauge cluster. So all your Apple CarPlay, all your reverse cameras, all of your everything that you would find in Audi's digital infotainment centers in the center are now baked in to the digital gauge cluster in the Audi, which sort of presents a problem. What do you do when the passenger wants to control something? Because you can't see it on the infotainment screen, only the driver gets to see it, which I think brings up a bit of a problem. However, it is a very driver-focused car, so I think it gets a pass for that, driver being able to control everything. However, once you put everything, all the infotainment into the digital gauge cluster, I think it starts to get a bit packed in there, starts to get a bit busy, and it takes away from what the gauge cluster is originally meant for. So for that reason, I think I would rather have a center infotainment system, but it is certainly not a deal breaker for all of the rest of the amazing performance you get. On the center, you get your climate controls, you get your air vents. However, like I said, there's no central infotainment system, so you'll just have to bear with it. You get quilted bucket seats. They are heated. You can get ventilated seats and different seats that aren't the buckets. However, it does come with the option of those features. And for that reason, I think it is, again, one of the business class supercars in the market. And I think it is one of the best supercars in the market. But it is not the best. I think the Huracan still does it better. For those reasons, I believe the interior is a really good place to be, if not one of the best places to be in a supercar. It has a really nice interior, but I don't think it beats out the Huracan's interior with its new infotainment system. For those reasons, I would like to move into the overview. Now, the Audi R8 is a significant lineup choice in the supercar markup, and it has lots of competition, such as the Acura NSX, the C8 Corvette, of course, the Lamborghini Huracan, McLaren 650, and numerous others. And I think it falls a little bit short, being that it wants to be the mature supercar. But I believe that's not what a supercar is meant to be. It is a very, very good car. However, I believe even the Acura NSX has more to it. But the Audi R8 has the character, it has all the attributes of a supercar, and that's what makes it great. It's basically like other Lamborghini Audi products. You look at the Lamborghini Urus, and you look at the RSQ8, it's the same battle, the R8 and the Huracan, and I think every single time, besides that one I just mentioned, Lamborghini beats out Audi. It's just better. It's more insane, it's more powerful, you can feel the boost, you can feel everything. And for that reason, I think that the Audi R8 does fall a bit short. However, it is one of the best supercars on the market today, and I feel like you should really savor it before it's gone. And when these are gone, they are going to be great on the used market. That's already proved itself with the previous generations of them, and I'm very happy to say that the Audi R8 is a great buy, and if you're looking for a supercar, definitely give it a check. My name's Noah Fitzgerald. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Also, feel free to check out my other socials, such as my TikTok and my written reviews column, linked in my Instagram bio. Again, my name is Noah Fitzgerald. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.